Hey guys, Happy New Year! So, last night and journaling, I got off so confident, like, yes, I'm gonna do this journaling, focus. This year, my Sparta year, I'm disciplined, I'm getting things done. And I had so much anxiety come up over journaling. And then I found myself choosing distractions, like things that I could have waited till after I journaled, but I was like, oh, well, let me do this first, so let me do that first. And then after a phone call, I was like, okay, sit down and do the journaling. And while I was sitting doing the journaling and I was really looking at my life, it was such a like happy discovery that I'm actually have shifted a lot of beliefs. And I actually live in the old scarcity mindset of previous patterns. Because when I look at the data of my life, like I'm always in overwhelm about finances. I live in scarcity mindset, like, oh, I'm gonna run out, or I might not have enough. But I've been in the practice of each day resolves itself for the past 6 months, and each day resolves itself. I never want or need for anything. I mean, my wants, and this is where I've been in denial, and I love talking it out because as I talk it out, I see more. um I have all the things I want, but I limit what I want, right? Because if I'm really honest, it's like, oh, today I want to go to the salt cave, I want to go out to eat, I'd love to take my kid to the movies and do all the things. But then I'm like, is that really within my budget right now? No. But did I pay all my bills this morning and everything that was required to be alive? Yes, with gratitude, right? So it's like getting real with like, yes, I have it and there's more. So I was noticing that even and it was also really cute because I was like looking at my relationship with men and what do I really believe about that? And there's definitely still a place within me where it's like I can't have a good man romantically. But the men in my life have shifted a great deal. And my brother called me last night, and he's so cute because sometimes he calls me and he don't really say nothing. But last night he was talking and he was saying about like what he feels his role as a male should be, like the masculine. And it was so nice to hear him be like, you know, for me, I don't rely on a woman for anything other than to love me, to support me, and to be a partner. And by support, he meant like emotional, mental support. He's like, I don't need anyone to cook for me, clean for me, pay any of my bills. Like, he's like, I want to be the one to hold her so she could be in her feminine. And I was like, oh my God, I've never even heard my brother talk like that. Like this year, I quantum leaped into a different reality where I'm a little sister and my brother puts me on. And he's also like, I've always been the word junkie, like read the dictionary junkie, and he's been like the math whiz. Well, I've had 3 instances within the last couple of weeks where he's putting me on to word stuff. And he's like, Thelma, how you not know that? And I was like, I am really in a different reality. This is amazing. Same thing with like talking with one of my best friends. I'm usually the one that's like the pick me upper, the one that's like, all right, come on. It's been her. Like, and I'm just so in awe of that and like super appreciative of how much things have shifted. Anyway, so I did my journaling and I realized that I live in a mindset of where I'm not really reacting or responding to what actually is out happening, right? I have one super loving baby daddy. I hate that term, but my daughter's father is an amazing co-parent, super like whatever we need, I need time wise, money wise, whatever he can facilitate and do, he is so there for her. And then I have another one that's like the complete opposite of that and just right? So it shows like that has shifted for me. What do I really believe? What else? Time. I was like sitting here being like, oh, I never feel like I have enough time. And then I was like, wait a second. I just moved here where my toddler, who takes up the bulk of time, I don't like the way that came out, takes up the bulk of time, where I spend a lot of my time, will be with her dad like 50% of the time. And my son goes back to New York to be with his dad. So I will have time. We'll have time. I'm like, so I was sitting there like, oh, I actually have time, because I live in this space of I don't have time. So now that I have time, like, what's available? What can I choose? So I went out at night and I walked, and I was like feeling a lot of, I don't know, just racing, like a racing energy. So I walked and I walked and I walked and I walked and I walked, which was pretty awesome to do that. And the journaling really helped bring me back into this here and now. And I was listening to Carolyn Miss, and she said, in this moment, you're called to be in this moment. So I was like, oh, I need that practice in this moment, and in this moment is to be here in this moment, because my mind lives in patterns of the past. What else? What else was good? I got up today and I went through all my finances and every penny that went out and every penny that came in, and I handled all of that. And funny enough, I was like, okay, so I'm good with this, and what else do I need to create? And I was like playing in that, and it turned out that that was like the homework for today's class in the ritual. I did the meditation with them, which is a daily meditation, but it's like a moving meditation. So it really took me by surprise, because I wasn't sure what to expect with today's class. And it's a Kriya. This is new for me. I'm not like a Kundalini yoga. I've been around so many yogis, and my best friends are yoginis, right? But it's never really been my thing. But so now I'm practicing Kriyas, and everything was a two-handed movement. And for those who don't know, I paralyzed my arm in a motorcycle crash 20 some odd years ago. And I live in the identity of like, I'm disabled and, oh, I can't do that. Or, and then always overcoming and proving that I can do that, right? That's been a pattern of mine as well. So in that, like, I went to be like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. This is all two-handed. And I very, like, quickly sparted my ass. I sparted my ass. I sparted myself. I put Sparta on myself. I made myself step into Sparta. And I was like, bitch, you could do this one hand, no hand, two hands, like with green eggs and hams. You know, like, I can do this. So I just did what I could do with one hand, and that was that. And then in right towards the end of class, as we're finishing up, my brother starts to call me, and he's like on call with other people. And I'm like, what is this group calling me? And I keep declining. They keep calling me. So now I'm like, okay, maybe it's an emergency. Maybe something's wrong. And I allowed myself to get pulled out of, I allowed myself for more distraction. And when I clicked over and I was like, guys, I'm in class, like, I'll call you back. When I went back, I couldn't get back in. It was closed out. The links weren't working. My whole phone started acting crazy. I had to shut it down and stop it completely. And it was such a good reminder of like staying present, don't be distracted, focus. I allowed myself to get distracted, and it like blew up my little world on the phone. Anyways, friends, thanks for listening and watching and tuning in and giving me a place to purge and let it out. I'm going to start documenting on YouTube within the next week or so this process of stepping into more and just sharing my experiences and what it's like for me and all that stuff. So at some point I'll probably like share the link in here, and whoever's interested could watch me there. I love hearing back from you guys. I really appreciate any feedback, or yeah buts, or did you try this, or how about that. um and that's it for me today. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.